Hey, let's talk about the freedom and the flexibility of prepping ahead of time. So what I want to talk about is, before I started this way of eating, it was a free-for-all. I would just, didn't worry about taking my lunch. I would go out and eat every day, and I would have to make the decision of where I was going to eat. I'd have to make the decision of what I was going to order. I would have to make the decision of how many, how much money I wanted to spend. So every day, because I work 5 days a week, I had to make that decision. And, I work with the team, and so most of the time, there was more than just me that was going out to eat. So I would often just go along with wherever they ordered, and then I would kind of then go off into my space and look up what they had and what I wanted and all that good stuff. So I had to, do that every day at lunch. And for breakfast, sometimes I would make breakfast. Most of the time I'd stop somewhere and get breakfast before I went. So financially, you can imagine if you do that 5 days a week, or maybe you do that, so you might already know. Financially, when you're going out and spending $5-something for breakfast, and then another $8 to $10 for lunch, and then when you come home, you're hungry because you ate a bunch of junk. So then you stop and get something to eat on the way home. But there was a lot of decisions in all those things. I had to make decisions on, what I was going to do and where I was going to go and all that good stuff. And so now that I meal prep, I feel like there's more flexibility as well as freedom. I say freedom because it eliminates those, when people are like, oh, we're going to go out to eat. Do you want to go? No, I do not. So there's that answer. So I don't have to try to do that. I don't have to try to, maneuver through, oh, everybody's going out to eat. Where are they going? What should I get? What is healthiest at that place? Because let's face it, I don't care where you go. Even if I go out and have a steak and vegetables, it ain't made the same way I made it. They don't weigh it. They don't do all the things. So even if I did go out, and right now, it's still not healthy. So there is freedom in waking up every day and knowing that my breakfast and my lunch are in my bag. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to think. And for me, that is a huge, huge thing. I don't like to have to think about what I'm going to do and what I'm going to take or what I'm going to eat when I'm at work. I don't like having to think about that, because then when I do it in the moment, I make poor decisions. So some of you may not have that problem, but I make poor decisions. You've seen me with some of the dumb stuff I buy. I'm impulsive, and I don't think very good about the future. I don't think what would future Terri appreciate, what would future Terry's pocketbook appreciate. I don't think about those things. So for me, there is what I call freedom in taking, that 5-10 minutes in the evening time and figuring out what foods I'm going to take to work. There's freedom in that because I don't have to guess anymore. It's already made up. I take it and that's that. So I don't have to think about it. As far as the flexibility part, that is the fact that, I make up my foods, whatever they are, and then I take them, and then I can make so many different things with those foods. So sure, I may have 17 containers of ground beef cooked up in my freezer, but I could potentially make 16, 15, 17 different meals out of those containers. So the variety that I can do with that is where I find, I find that as flexible, because I can make it, as you know, I can make it an Italian something, and I can make it a Asian something. I can make it Greek, Mediterranean. I can make it into Southwestern. Anyway, you've seen me make the things. So to me, there's flexibility in the way I eat. And that's the whole thing for me, why I chose this, because I needed flexibility. I didn't want, when I did Weight Watchers, counting all the points and stuff, that's all cool, but you had to do a lot of math and a lot of thinking. Now, don't get me wrong, I know I had to do a lot of math and thinking with calorie counting, but I was full the whole time. I was satisfied, satiated. I mean, you all see, I don't snack. I don't need to snack. I'm satisfied. When I did Weight Watchers, I did snack. I snacked a lot because I was hungry all the time, because I was doing it incorrectly. I was choosing 1-point foods such as dry cereal. I was choosing that over things like meat. And so looking back, now I understand that. But so for me, I find that there is so much freedom in making my meal the evening before. And there's so much flexibility in the fact that I can make that meal into such a huge variety of things. So, I just want to share that with you this morning, because, I know every evening you see me making up my stuff. And so in doing so, it definitely gives me the freedom the next day. It's a safety net too. I don't have to worry, oh man, I'm going to be hungry. What am I going to eat at lunch? What if I get hungry, 5 minutes early? And what if the group was to order something I don't want to order? Then I'm going to have to go out and get food. And what if I'm in the middle of working on a project and I don't want to do that? And so there's a lot of fit thoughts and things that go into, I can't just, okay, well, we're going out to eat. Let me order something, because not if I want to eat healthy. Because, if they say, hey, we're going to McDonald's, no. Oh, I could get a salad, but I'll be hungry. I could get some plain burgers, but it's expensive. And so you see that the freedom part of it too is the fact that you saw I used that 73% ground beef that was $2.80 a pound, and I got 17 meals out of it. So they were what, $1.60, $1 something a pound, or $1 something per meal. So let's say $2. I can't go out and buy 8 ounces of meat for $2 already cooked somewhere. No way. If it's a steak, it's going to be $50, $11. But anyway, so that's why I just want to talk about the freedom and flexibility in making your own food. The freedom of not having to guess, not having to think, not have to worry that, oh, am I going to have some food today? And, so taking my food with me is a huge, huge mind saver. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to worry about it. That's one thing we people who are working on losing weight, food takes up a lot of space in our brain. Absolutely it does. And it still does for me. However, knowing that I have my food with me, knowing that if I got hungry at 11:10, I have food with me. If I got hungry at 10:45, if I'm desperate enough, I got food with me. So I don't have to wait on everybody else, and I don't have to think about it, and I don't have to guess on everything. So anyway, I just wanted to tell y'all a minute because I thought, for me, there is freedom and there is flexibility in planning my meal ahead of time. So that's what I just wanted to share. Okay, bye.